Okay, guys, now we are going to move on to the proportion thing. Proportion is basically the combination of the ratios that is called a proportion. Like you see here, it says 5 cans of cola cost $1.2. So there is basically the ratio between the cans and their cost. Okay, let me write here dollars. Okay, so if you have 5 cans, you have to pay $1.2. Okay, and then it says find the cost. So I'll write X here of, sorry, it's saying find the cost. So I am just getting confused with the C. The C is for the cans, okay? So this is the cost here. And it says find the cost for 7 cans. So I'll be writing 7 cans here. Whenever you have a proportion, you have to decide, you have to determine that if this is a direct proportion or an inverse proportion. You see that you have 5 cans, they're costing $1.20. And if you have 7 cans, so this is going to be X. So will they be costing more or less when you're increasing the number of cans?
More.
More. So when you increase one quantity, the other quantity increases, or when you decrease one quantity, the other quantity decreases. So that means there is a direct proportion over here. Okay. So when you have direct proportion, there are many ways of doing that. Basically, you can write that this 5 over 120 is same as 7 over X. Okay. 5 over 1.20 is same as 7 over X. And in short, some teachers tell their students that, okay, you can do that cross multiplication. This one is multiplied by this. That is a shorter way of handling this. So I'll be telling the same. So you can write it as 5x, that is equal to 7 times 1.20. And then this x is going to be 7 times 1.20 over 5. You can use your calculators if you want. This is 0.24. So your x is going to be 7 fours are
One
8, 7 twos are 14, and
one point.
this is 1.68, beta?
Yes, sir.
Yes, this is $1.68. Okay. If you look at this third question now, it says 3 people build a wall in 10 days. How long would it take 5 people? Okay, now the case is that you have, let me make the space for this question here. Okay, it says, now we have they're the same wall, okay, and we're assuming all the people are working with the same rate, okay. So now we have people, and then we have how many days they are taking, okay. It says 3 people can build the wall in 10 days, and now you have, it says how long would it take. So is X goes here, unknown, okay. 5 people to do this. Now if you increase the number of people, will they be taking more days or less days?
Less.
Hmm?
Less.
That is going to be less. So this is going to be an example, a case of the inverse proportion here. Okay. So when you have inverse proportion, so rather than the way you cross multiply these numbers here, you can simply multiply them together like this. Like, this is going to be multiplied by this, and this is going to be multiplied by this. That is how you deal with the inverse proportion. Basically, this is going to go downwards and this goes upwards over here. So if you write this as 3 over 5, you will write this as x over 10. Like, let me write this again in this question here, 5 ratio 1.20, and this was 7 ratio x over here. Like, there is another way of doing it. Like, if you increase this, this also increases. So you can write this as 5 over 7, that is equal to 1.20 over x. So this gives you the same result as cross multiplying them, because this still becomes 5x, that is 7 times 1.20. And we have done this already here. So whenever there is an inverse proportion here, the things are inversely proportional to each other. So you see that this is 3 to 5, this is increasing. So the other quantity is going to decrease over here. So if you write this 3 over 5, the other one would be written as x over 10. This gives you 5x, this 5x after this cross multiplication, that is equal to 30. So if you multiply them right, like, straight away like this, you still get the same result, that is 5x equal to 30. So please remember that, first of all, whenever you have a question on proportion, the first thing you have to see that if this is a direct proportion or an inverse proportion. If it is a direct proportion, you can multiply them like, this way, you can cross multiply them and you can equate them. And if it is an inverse proportion like this, we have in the third question here, so you can simply write these two together, the product equal to this product over here. So you see, this is clearly like, three
सर
people build
ये
in 10 days. Now, five people are going to build this in 6 days. Yes, Ayan?
सर ये जो है सर इतना मतलब कितनी ज्यादा वर्किंग के साथ करना लाजमी होता है
No, no, not at
मतलब इससे क्या वो उसको नॉर्मली नहीं कर सकते
No, 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 no. Basically, this working is looking to be more because I'm telling you all this with two different methods. You simply like, you see this is P ratio D, you write all of this and this is going to be your first step. And in the two steps, you get your answer. Okay? So maybe you can try these questions over here, okay? And then we can discuss these in our next session. Thank you very much, people.